Hello everybody, hope y'all are doing well. Thought I'd make another video here, kind of an update what I got going on with my greenhouse. For y'all that haven't saw my previous videos, I had a 6 foot by 8 foot greenhouse from Harbor Freight. Been here a little over a year. A few months ago I bought another 6 foot by 8 foot and attached it to the other one. So the greenhouse is 6 foot by 16 feet. Put a white tarp over it for a shade cloth. As white reflects the sun, makes it cooler. It helps a little bit, but still stays 90 or 100 in there. Have a fan here blowing air in, another fan like that on the other end blowing out. So started growing some stuff outside here. Transplanted some squash into this box. 4 sweet banana peppers in that box. Here I have squash and cucumbers. About to outgrow the box I have them in. 3 or 4 tomato plants in a great big pot, doing pretty good. I use this type of potting soil or garden soil. Seems to work okay, but I've used 3 or 4 other kinds. Done a little bit of experiment. Put some tomato plants on the table. As you can see, I don't have a lot of room here. No place for a garden. There's the back fence. I plant some tomato plants in the ground. The dogs will probably just tear them up, but I'm going to try this, see how it works out. Put them under this old swing set so I could tie them up. Those came up inside my greenhouse accidentally. I must have dropped some seeds in a bed I had made for beans. The beans never came up. Planted them 3 times. So I'm going to plant some more beans today. There's another view of those tomato plants. There's that fan blowing air out. Beans I have is Blue Lake. I'm going to plant some more spinach in the greenhouse, more lettuce in the greenhouse, and got to find a place to plant this here cayenne pepper. Another experiment I'm going to do is this here rooting powder. You take cuttings from plants or trees, dip them in that powder, and just plant them, and it makes roots. So I'm going to experiment with growing some maple trees. Get some cuttings off of maple trees and try to grow some maple trees to sell. So here's the greenhouse. These tomato plants on the bottom are getting out of hand. Here's where I planted my beans. They just didn't come up. So that's where I'm going to plant that pack of beans. But I noticed just a few minutes ago a bean that did come up. This thing has 4 beans on it already. Not quite enough to make a pot of beans, but my lettuce kind of got behind on picking it. It got too big, so I thinned it out. Best I could. I hope it'll work. I'm not sure yet. I got some more seeds if I need it. Spinach I planted twice. Still don't have a full bed. That's where I'm going to plant the spinach. Strawberries. Doing pretty good. Onions I planted from seed. 4 or 5 okra plants, if you can see them in these pots. Tomatoes are coming out there on them. I got to tie them up. I've got tomatoes making right here. There's 4, 5, 6 different kinds of tomatoes, and put a cucumber or squash or something in there. Have an empty shelf here. Some bananas or sweet banana peppers. A few more tomato plants here. And there's the spinach on the bottom. This is the old greenhouse, and here's the doorway going into the new one. Plenty of tomato plants on top. I got to do something with them pretty quick. They're turning brown. Got to get them out of those cups. Another view of those tomatoes. I built this shelf high up because I knew I was going to have tall tomato plants. Beans down here again. This shelf with flowers. Marigolds and zinnias. All that is flowers in pots. I'm trying to raise to sell. More pepper plants. Top shelf just storage. So I have 1, 2, 3 shelves, and in the ground. And we'll go back outside here and got all these pots here ready to go. So that's just an update. As you can see, my greenhouse is pretty well shaded. Got a big walnut tree right here over it. May have to trim those limbs off. Put the greenhouse up on treated lumber. That's about 12 inches of lumber there, maybe 14, makes it taller. Ground sloped down, so the new greenhouse is taller inside than the first greenhouse. First greenhouse is sitting on 10 inches of lumber, which makes it 10 inches taller. So that's pretty much it for now. There's another view of those invention I came up with. Put the tomatoes in those pots because I thought in the fall, if they're still growing, I'll just carry the pots back into the greenhouse for the fall and see how long I can keep them growing through the winter. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Have a safe Memorial Day weekend.